Everybody, please give a warm welcome to our very own Italian stallion, Vinny.
How's everyone doing tonight? I'm Chef Vinny. Sure, some of you know me. I see a lot of faces out here I know. I'm glad you came tonight. This is going to be fun. Be fun for me too. It's my first time, so bear with me. I think everything's going to be great tonight. I got a couple dishes. Well, first I should say I've been with the company 11 years, and I tell you, it's been a great company to work for. Let me out of the kitchen.
It only took 11 years.
Sometimes I try to run away, but they always catch me. So here I am. Okay, I got a couple dishes tonight that I'm going to prepare for you. First one it's going to be a salad. It's going to be done with heirloom tomatoes, cucumbers, prosciutto. I know everybody knows what prosciutto is. Oranges, pickled onions, and I tell you, it's going to be delicious. I made a special dressing for it. And then my second dish it's going to be Red Snapper Picatta. And this a charlotte. They call it Red Snapper Charlotte because it comes from the coastline of North Carolina. So we're going to get started here. Let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start the first course, my salad. Let's get my my goodies out here.
So these are some old family recipes, right?
Old family recipes. I tell you, my mom, I learned everything from my mother. She was cook. I mean, every picture I have of my mother is with an apron on. So that's telling you right there. She loved to cook. So first thing I want to do is we're going to start the salad. We're going to do a little pickling here with onions. Just very quick. I'm going to take this red onion and give it a quick little julienne here. And what I'm going to do is, it's very simple. With a little red wine vinegar, sugar, I'll put a little bit bay leaf in there. And I'm just going to set it off to the side and just kind of let it pickle for a little bit. So get going into my other stuff of the salad. So right now, I got some red onions there. Let me pull out my goodies here. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put a little bay leaf. Put a little bit of sugar. Add a little red wine vinegar. And what you do, just put it off to the side, put it in the fridge, and in about an hour, it'll be ready to go. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is we're going to slice the cucumbers. Everybody know what a mandolin? These things scare the heck out of me. Be careful when you use one. I tell you, we used to do a lot of cooking. See, my whole family came from Italy. I was the only one born here, and it was all about cooking. When my mom came to this country, the whole town came. There was like 300 people. And how they got to that town, to Seattle, Washington, well, they had to take a 3-week boat ride, and they said half of the people got sick, and I'll tell you what. But they came to this little place we moved to in Seattle, Washington, and they used to call the area Garlic Gulch because of all the Italians. But every Sunday they used to block the streets off, and my grandfather would be out there with an accordion and a jug of wine. They'd be cooking all this food, and that's how it kind of started. We just ate. I'm the biggest one in the family. I don't know how everybody else stayed thin, but I'm the biggest one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start slicing here. Get going. I'm going to take the zucchini right here. I'm going to cut it at a bias. A bias means it's going to be not a straight cut, but an angle cut. We're going to start using this right here. Be careful, because sometimes, the vegetable can get cut, and Oh, heck, can break loose. Blood everywhere. Be careful with it. So I got a little of my zucchini cut. And put it off to the side here. The start of the salad. I'm going to lay the zucchini down. Give me a few pieces. I like to cut it real thin there. Off to the side.
Zucchini, cucumber.
Zucchini, cucumber.
It's all the same.
Heirloom tomato. As you see in the front, these things become big. I mean, some of these, it started like in the 1940s, and they started growing these, and through the years, they would use, save the seeds, and it became like a generation, not fully developed like a regular tomato. So these are like hearty, like eating a steak, and I really like them. That's what I hope you enjoy those. One thing I should have said in the beginning, make sure you wash all your vegetables, please, because you never know. I hate to see anybody get sick.
So back to the heirloom. An heirloom vegetable could be really anything, right? Heirloom potatoes, heirloom carrots.
Yes.
Every vegetable has an heirloom seed.
They do. It is. Okay, I'm going to give it a little cut here. And what I like to do, quick little angle. Let me put those off to the side. I'm using a spring mix for the lettuce. This is just a variety of different leaves. I'm going to put it right there. Add a little tomatoes. There's my prosciutto.
So how is it so far? Does Vinny get to work the 12th year here still, or what?
Add a little oranges. Those pickled onions that I got going. Boom. Little prosciutto. Pardon me? This was my mom's recipe. Yeah, there was a recipe. She had a lot of recipes, but she never wrote anything down. So I always did it by vision. And then as I got older and started getting into cooking, I said, okay, yeah, I remember her. She used to do this and that. But then a couple times, and I have them at home, before she passed away, I videotaped her on a lot of stuff she made. So I have that at home. So, those I cherish those for life, and they're incredible. Pardon me?
How long do the onions last after you pickle them?
I would use them right away, because I'd say after a few days, even with those like heirloom tomatoes, they don't have a long shelf life. So I'd say after a few days, you'd want to use them. There we go. So now I'm going to get into making my dressing. Okay? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use a couple teaspoons of Dijon. Right there. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lemon. There we go. A little bit of vinegar. A little bit of olive oil. My salt and pepper. Yes, you can use red wine. Right now I'm using white, but I prefer red wine. But it's just on the red wine, I think it's going to give you a little bit more stronger taste. And there we go. Drizzle on top. Now my salad is done. Oh, this is fun. I can't wait to do this again. I think next time I'm just going to do pizza, though. No, I know. Okay. And there's that's my favorite is anchovies. In our family, we love it. We love it. Anchovy pizza. Well, in Caesar salad, you got to have a little anchovy. Right, Mike?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, we're going to start getting into the second course here. This is a thing we really loved in our family. You can do it with chicken, Well, I'm going to do it with fish, veal. And some people, when it comes to veal, I know some people get a little finicky about it. Sometimes I do too because of the way it's been processed. So that's why I picked the fish tonight. So on this dish right here, it's going to be like a two-part process here. First, what I like to do is I get the fish going. I kind of, get it off to the side. Then I'll do my sauce, because one thing I hate is overcooked fish. You don't want to do that. And then the second part is then I'm going to get into the base of the dish, which is, everybody knows what Swiss chard? It's like elephant ears almost. But it's a very hearty lettuce. It's got great flavor. And so I'm going to use this tonight for the base. All right, let's get going. First, I'm going to cook the fish here. One thing you want to do is make sure, putting a little olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. Make sure that the pan gets warm. Never cook with a cold pan. And all the oil goes into your food and this becomes oily. We get a plate. I'm going to flour the fish. Flour down. Well, the flour is just regular. I'm going to season the fish. And that's what I do. And here I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on each side. Boom. See, when you do a little bit of flour in this dish, this will help you create a nice sauce. Because the flour will help you out a little bit. Let's get a little warm. Right here. Get my fish spatula. Everybody has? These are wonderful. I don't know why they call them a fish spatula. I'm sure there's another name for them, but that's what I call it. Yeah, kind of. Okay, this fish right here has a little bit of skin, so you always want to cook the skin first. Okay, put the skin side down, then flip it over, and this way you just cook a little bit on the other side, and this way your fish won't be like overcooked. There we go. Boom. Okay, we're getting a little sear. I don't have it too high because I want it to cook. I don't want to burn my food. Sometimes, like when you're cooking like vegetables or something like that, I kind of like to use a high heat and give it a nice quick. But something like this, I keep it at a medium heat. Give me a good. What do you think, Michael? Am I doing all right?
Good.
Am I ready to come into black and blue? No, I guess not, huh?
Almost. 11 more years.
11 more years, I hear you. Let me grab one more plate. 11 more years, let me see, 56, forget about it. Forget about it, I don't think I'll be
just a
here.
couple, 2-3 more years and you'll be ready.
I don't know. I don't know if I could retire. Okay, always take a look. I got a nice sear on it. I'm going to flip it there. I want to cook it for a little bit longer. Another couple more minutes. 2 minutes on each side, and it'll be, I think, good to go.
So if you had like chicken or veal, you would use the same technique to do it as well?
It'd be the same technique. I think the technique of flouring it, And with the piccata sauce, my mom used to love putting it on pasta, but then she added anchovies, and it took me a little while to get used to anchovies. But I love them now, especially on pizzas, and you got to have them on a Caesar salad. But that's how she used to do it. I tell you, and my mom cooked, never had a recipe. She just boom, 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 done.
Isn't that how you keep the recipe secret?
That's
you
it.
Just never write it down.
Never write it down. But I tell you, and then, and she loved to grow everything. My mom never went to I never seen her buy vegetables, bread. she'd make it every morning. We got spoiled when she made bread every morning. She'd make it for everybody. We had the priest. He used to come over every Sunday for dinner. So that was always pretty cool. My mom really enjoyed doing that. So the fish here are almost done here. I don't want to overcook it because I'm going to let it rest a little bit, but it's still going to cook a little bit. It's still going to continue. But then I'm going to put it back into a sauce, so it's going to keep on cooking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull it out. Get it out of there, right there. I'm just going to put it off to the side. Now, I want to get my sauce going. I'm going to use the same pan because I got the flour and everything in there. And we're going to get going. We're going to put a little bit of garlic. If you like garlic, me, forget about it. I put a lot of garlic in there. That's the way I like. Put some shallots. I'm going to let that saute for a little bit. Get a nice little sear. Well, let's get too hot.
And also by leaving that flour in there, it helps thicken the sauce a little bit as well.
It does. What I'm going to do now, capers. I love capers, especially on pasta. I love it. Get a little caper in there. I got some lemon. I always got a little wrap on it, so the seeds. I don't want no seeds in my food. If I go to a restaurant, somebody gives me seeds, not good. There we go. So I got let that cook. I got a little white wine. Maybe I should tell you how much I'm putting in there, but a little bit of parsley right there. I'm getting ready for the butter. Now, capers, that's going to be hard to explain. They're I think they're a fruit. Isn't it a fruit? I don't. That's a good question right there. I got to Google it. And I enjoy them. Now to make this sauce, don't be afraid of the butter. Once I add the butter, I'm going to turn this off. Because this is going to kind of become, I want it velvety and smooth. Butter is good. Pardon me? I'm using olive oil. Any kind of olive oil. You know, they got olive oil that costs like $100 an ounce. You don't really need that, you know. Give me a little bit more. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter. There you go. Oh, man, this is going to taste delicious.
So a caper is actually an edible flower bud. And then that is what the small caper is. And then the fruit of that same plant is a caper berry.
Okay, I'm going to put this back on the flame here. I'm going to keep it low. I'm going to add the fish back in with the skin up. I want all that flavor and juice to go into the fish. So now I want to get into the base of it. Okay, here we go. I took the Swiss chard. Make sure you wash it first. Wash all your vegetables. And there's like this stem right here. And what I do is I just take the knife, run it along there. Be careful. Just like this. I'll discard this part. And what I do is give it a rough chop, just like that. Okay, here we go. Everything starts. My favorite, garlic. I wish they'd make like a man's cologne, garlic. I think I would enjoy that. I really would.
So you grew up in the Garlic Gulch.
The neighborhood, well, that's, because there were so many Italians there. And that's what other people that lived around us, they say, hey, you guys been down to Garlic Gulch? And that was us. Okay. Give me a little bit. I got some yellow onions that I julienned. Give it a quick saute there. Okay, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I'm going to get a little high heat. I want to sear this vegetable. I want to sear this Swiss chard. And this will be on the base of it. I'm adding a little extra because it's going to wilt down. Anytime you cook any type of lettuce, it's going to wilt down. I prefer to cook with a spatula because I can grab, I can stir this one.
So if you didn't have Swiss chard available, you could substitute, say, like kale or another really hardy green.
Yeah, you can use like a kale or, You can use, another one I like, but it's a little bit bitter, is radicchio. Everybody know what a radicchio is? It's that real purple lettuce I really like. You got to cook it a little bit, but you got to season it, Okay. Here we go. A little salt. Little pepper, because where I come from, nothing's seasoned. So you got to season your food. So make sure you season everything. Man, there's a great smell in this room. Do you love this smell? Too bad. One thing I want to say, I have to stop right now because my wife's going to see this on YouTube. Hi, honey, I love you.
Now that's a trained man right there. Good job, Vinny.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me turn this on low. I'm just going to warm it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. This is done. I don't want to cook it too long. We're going to build the base here. Put a little bit in the middle. Give me a little of those onions on top. Beautiful. Fish is warmed up. I'm going to take the fish. I'm going to put it right there on the top. Where's my, right there. Going to take a little bit of the sauce. Put it on there. Boom. Oh, yeah. Right here, lemon wheel. Anybody can do it. You can do it. I grilled it. Give it a little color. You can do it in the pan, any way you'd like. For a little garnish. And then we have this rainbow. We call it rainbow mix. What's the other word for this?
They're microgreens.
Microgreens. Gives it a nice, right on the top.
The best thing is probably just to grow them yourself. All it is, it's just a sprout of any kind of lettuce or any kind of vegetable. As soon as it sprouts, and that's basically what it is.
And then, in all those microgreens, you can get
beet tops, carrot tops,
cilantro, basil. You can get everything
radish
in the mini. Well, there's are my two dishes, and I hope you guys enjoyed everything. All right. Forget about it. Thank you, Michael.